All right. Hey, everybody. Hopefully everybody can hear me okay. Hi, Gus. Hi, John. Hopefully Lynn's back from walking the dog. Here on our Friday afternoon or Friday modeling matinee. It's not afternoon yet here, but it will be. So let's change cameras. There I am. All right. It's also known as the Blaine Heath Show. Great. Thanks, John. So, hey, on my last tip of the day, if anybody saw that on the fence install, Dwight Curley had made mention that it was choppy, and I've gone back and watched it on both of my computers and my cell phone, and I watched the original file. And while it may not be professional grade video, I don't know that I would classify it as choppy. Did anybody? Hey, Lee. Did anybody else think it was choppy? I'm just trying to figure out. I mean, I don't profess to be a professional videographer. I'm in it more for the fun and to share my misadventures. Not choppy for you, Lee? Okay. Okay, John, thanks. When you do, drop me a note if you think it is or not. If you do. I mean, I haven't changed anything. You know, I may be overtaxing my computer because I do run 11 different cameras. So, in two different methodologies. One with seven direct connect cameras, and then I add 3 more cameras through my security system and desktop, playing it on the desktop and feeding it in. So, I just figured run some trains today and do some general chat, see what everybody's up to, let you know kind of what I'm up to. I guess the first thing to do would be pull up the lift up before I run a train off the layout to the floor. That would not be good. I've done that once, don't want to do it again. Vince is good, I think. Just take a look here, Lynn. There's the fence. Fencing's all done and installed. Now I gotta do some more to the scene itself. I gotta put some little large weed shrub type things growing up along the fence inside and out. And I gotta add some trash. Wife's been on me to add trash. Thanks, John. Hey, Marty. You'll see a tip of the day probably this coming week. I've been behind on those just because of this fence. But switching back to me. If you've got a cross-cut shredder, next time you dump out the contents, save a baggie. And you don't, trust me, you don't need this much. Because then you can take these and it looks like shreds of paper, trash, you know, like a newspaper or something blown up against a fence as an example. So that's what I'm going to be adding along that fence line. Hey, John, you made it. For those that don't know John Linton, he's part of my train crew. He was over Sunday, and his military joint consist that we ran Sunday will be my train of the month when I get my monthly update video done this weekend, hopefully. So the holdup on the fence, by the way, of all things, we have 3 grocery stores within close proximity. Okay, I got a Winn-Dixie, I got a Publix, and I got a Walmart neighborhood market. None of the 3 had any flat toothpicks. Can you believe that? Right, none. And so it was Amazon to the rescue, but it took me almost a week to get them. So, and then I had enough toothpicks to finish it up. Going back to that fence. All right. If you look over here, all right, that is the gates, and the gates manually open and close. All right, same thing on the gates on the rail side. So on a night scene, I can close up those gates and make it look. I want to get some mini print dogs, guard dogs to put in there, and of course I need tons of stuff, tons of junk. I'm going to try making some aluminum foil molded over some of my existing cars to make them look smashed in there, paint them up, make them look smashed, and get some like refrigerators, washer dryers, ranges, all that kind of stuff, put it in there, make it look kind of cool. I posted a link earlier. If anybody wants to come up, I can do that again. One person that probably, or maybe 2, might care to come on up. There it is. And in another 22 minutes, I can say it's afternoon and partake in my adult beverage. Well, Lynn, while you're having your first cup of Java, I'm going to be having my first cocktail. Although I did have some bourbon cream. On Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, I do splurge and put some bourbon cream in my coffee. Everybody's probably familiar with Bailey's Irish cream. Well, Buffalo Trace Distillery has some fantastic bourbon cream, if you can find it. Oh, that's what I was going to do. I started to do it to get a train running. So and there's Mr. McCurry. Good morning, Lynn.
Good morning.
So I don't have my sound set right. Hang on. Thought I did.
Any better?
No, it's not you. It's me, as
Oh,
normal. I don't have it.
not normal. It's usually me.
There. Now I got it. I didn't have the audio set to my headphones. I had it set to the TV, which can create a feedback loop. So, and then on my laptop, I got I'm of course muted. Oh, there's Gus. Hey, Gus, hang on. I'll bring you on up. My laptop, I got I'm of course muted. There's Gus. Oh, there's Gus. Hey, Gus, hang on. I'll bring you on up.
Right.
My laptop, I got I'm of course muted. There's Gus. Oh, there's Gus. Hey, Gus, hang on. I'll bring you on up. All right. Is there a feedback loop? I'm of course muted. There's Gus. Oh, there's Gus. Hey, Gus, hang on. I'll bring you on up. All right. Is there a feedback loop? I'm of course muted. All right. That's not me, guys. Oh, there's Gus. Hey, Gus, hang on. I'll bring you on up. All right. Is there a feedback loop? I'm of course muted. Has everybody got YouTube muted?
I muted mine. Turn the sound off.
Gus, you have YouTube muted? Muted?
I muted mine.
There you go. Now you muted your microphone. If you go into your YouTube application and mute the YouTube application, not your microphone. And once you have your YouTube application muted, then you can undo your muting of your microphone. It happens to me all the time. So, Lynn, what have you been up to?
Where do you want me to start? Get the cobwebs out of the voice here.
Huh?
I had to clear my throat. Like I said, I'd only been up about an hour, walked the dog, and
You lazy. I'm up.
Huh? I had to clear my throat. Like I said, I'd only been up about an hour, walked the dog.
You sure you muted, Gus? You lazy. I'm up.
Huh?
Gus, I think it's your YouTube audio that is causing that feedback loop. Hey, Sparky. And why are you yelling? I don't know. Why are you yelling? Oh, there you go. I didn't see the one above. Because you're like me. You're not a very good typist.
There should be some way, I guess, that I can split my screen so I can see the current chat and be on here at the same time.
I got multiple screens and multiple computers, so I have
just one. Be on here at the same time.
I got multiple screens and multiple. Every time you unmute, Gus, we get that feedback loop. So it's got to be something. The only thing I can think of is if your YouTube audio is playing, your StreamYard microphone is picking it up. And the only way to get around that is to either have headphones or have the sound such that your microphone can't pick up the sound off of YouTube.
figured out how I can follow the chat now. So I just brought up my phone.
Yeah, I do that all the time.
Somewhere around here, I got a stand to put it on, but I don't know where that went to.
Normally, I watch the YouTube videos on my big screen, all right, in the comfort
Yeah.
of my recliner in the mornings after I wake up while I'm having the coffee. I get caught up from the night before, and then I use my phone if I need to type any comments.
Anyway, back to what's new.
They do, Sparky? Where at? Who has to do it? Yeah, I know that, Sparky. You got to mute YouTube and only listen to the StreamYard stream, and then that audio from the StreamYard stream has to be far enough away from your microphone so it doesn't get picked up. Yeah. But I don't know about StreamYard's setting that gets rid of the loop. Oh, I keep starting to get a train going, and I keep.
I hear one.
If is it in the audio settings, Sparky? I think that's where I think I know what you're talking about. And I thought I had that checked, but check next time. Okay. I just lost TV. Why did I just lose my TV? Everybody there? Oh, I know what happened.
Ha ha ha.
All right, you back, Gus?
Yeah, I'm back.
All right.
Yeah, I got a microphone. So
help.
yeah, let me mute that thing.
Well, did it again. Well, hang on, folks. My wireless display cut out, and I got to reset some stuff. Hopefully, everybody can still hear me. Or did I lose everybody? Anybody there? Can you hear me, Sparky? Okay, good. I guess we'll just have to back on. All right. What happened, just so you all know, is my wireless display connection dropped. Picture's not that great. Huh. Should be the same as was. Comes Lynn. Welcome back, Lynn.
Thank you.
I lost my wireless display connection. That's what happened.
Well,
Just so you know.
lately, and I'm worried the computer may be on its way out.
That wasn't you. Yeah, Gus, come on back up.
Especially on YouTube and stuff like that.
Sparky, I never know when to take you
It'll just
seriously.
freeze, and that's what happened. I mean, I could see your picture, but nobody was moving, no sound. The phone was still working though, so
Yeah, it was. I'm pretty sure it was me on my end. Just so you know. Crap.
hey, but by using the phone, I can move around and you can see more of the trains. Don't have anything running right now. I've got a couple of new ones. Well, new for
You
me.
do? What'd you get? What'd you get?
I got a. Let me show you here. Maybe if I turn some light on, you can see better too. Now that helped a whole bunch. Point in the wrong direction.
Yeah, sure, Sparky. I can do that.
We've got this. You can see it, steamer back there,
Like that?
and the UP. Got the UP on the cheap. It was kind of nice. DCC and sound.
Ah, okay.
Can't beat that. I figured if nothing else for parts, but it runs and sounds great.
I'm on a lucky streak. You know, back in December, I won those 2 box cars in Jason, the Train Freaks 900 subscriber contest. I didn't win anything in Sparky's contest, but that's okay because I won 2 things in Vinny's contest. and Vinny's contest, I won a Athearn Ready to Roll -9, Southern Pacific -9. All right, so hey, you know, different era than what I run, but I was trying to justify, you know, a Southern Pacific locomotive in my Chicagoland-based layout. And Southern Pacific was one of the few Class 1 railroads that did not go to Chicago. So then I thought I had the answer. I said, well, hell, you know, all EMDs at that point in time were manufactured in LaGrange, Illinois, which is on the Burlington, you know, CB&Q line. It's actually between the CB&Q and Santa Fe. They had connections to both. And those are the 2 railroads I model. So I said, I got it. All right. And so I could justify having the Southern Pacific, even though it wasn't the right era. But then I got to thinking, -9, who actually manufactured that? Well, that's a GE locomotive manufactured in Erie, Pennsylvania. So I kind of shot that all to hell. Yeah, Sparky. I didn't feel bad. You know, it was all fun. And in fairness, there was about 20 minutes I had to step away from the computer, so I didn't get to guess at the numbers for that time frame. So it's all good. So I'm currently running my CB&Q bi-level commuter, Dinky. And I think I'll fire up the City of Los Angeles too.
It's probably pretty loud. It's loud in here.
I've got mine muted because the track noise is enough going on during a stream.
That was so loud I couldn't even hear you. If you were wondering what I was doing, is the wife likes to sleep in or at least lay in bed until around 11 or so. So I was closing the doors because I knew that train was going to wake her up and she'd be in here complaining. So some way I should be able to flip the screen around. But it is what it
Hey,
is.
hi.
Steve, I'm going to back out here. Although I want to show you one more thing. I get a lot of donation trains, yard sales, you name it. And been talking with Jason, the train freak, and he is in the business of putting decoders in and stuff like that. Plus, I have my own. I call him my train dealer or drug dealer, sort of, because he keeps me well supplied in trains. I mean, I have more than he can shake a stick at. But see if I can move this around so you can see it. Don't know how well that's coming up, but a little. What is it? A 482 Great Northern. And I was cleaning out the garage and I found this in a box out there. It's DC, but with Digitrack, I can run it on 00, and it runs pretty good. And it's kind of an interesting, kind of a pea green color, terracotta roof, and the rest of it's black.
Really?
So I'm going to start negotiations with him and see about maybe switching this over to DCC. May even add sound to it. I don't know. We'll see. See what happens.
You know, John Linton, my friend that runs trains here on Sundays with me, who was on the stream a little bit ago. Anyway, he's put a number of decoders into steam locomotives. He swears it's not that hard, so one of these days.
I can do the diesels, especially old Atherns. I've done a lot of those. Those are just plain easy. Of course, any of the plug and play, those work pretty good.
Most of the steam engines, you know, have room in the tenders. So
yeah,
as long as you have some flexible wire to bridge the gap, you know, between the loco and the tender.
Now this
Well, my wife yesterday pulled this little gem out of the cabinet. And it's a little, rotary chopper thing. and mini food processor, so to speak, blender. And I've had this set of chalks for well over a year and a half probably. Okay? And so now I just got to get some multi-compartment little Tupperware type container and see if I can grind up those chalks for weathering powders. Yeah, we lost Lynn altogether. Gus, you can come on back up. You had your audio problem solved. You got dropped because of me, not because of anything you did. I got one spot that when my bi-level commuter and any one of my other passenger trains pass each other on a curve, just one spot for just not very long that they'll click and hit each other. And guess what just happened? That's what happened. Snow? What snow, John? You have snow? I know, I'm being a butthead. You know, I don't know that Tampa has ever had snow. I've only lived here 5 years, but I can tell you that I've had my share of snow. I lived through two of the worst snowstorms in Chicago history, 67 and 79. 79 is what convinced me that when I graduated from college, I was going as far south as I could get. So I took the lowest offer I had out of college because it was in San Antonio, Texas. And I get down to San Antonio, and 3 years later, they have a historic snowfall of 13 inches in 30 hours. All right. My wife is from San Antonio. She'd never seen snowfall. She see light dustings in the mornings every now and then, but never saw it fall until she was close to 30. Well, that's the North Panhandle, Lynn. I am 200 miles roughly south of that. Really, John? 75? Did it stick or did it just fall? I can't imagine it sticking. I made all my old high school buddies and college buddies up north. They all got pissed off at me yesterday. It started with one of them complaining about how cold it was and the snowfall, and then another and another and another and another. And I said, "Yeah." I said, "It's cold." I woke up this morning, looked at the temperature. I had to put long pants on. It was 61 degrees. I said, but by noon I was okay, and it was in the 70s. I was back into shorts. They were not happy with me. Let's take a look at a different view here, maybe. Hey, Dwight! Didn't see you sneak in. 6 below, burr. I figure it's better to watch some trains run than watch me stand here. I really need to get some AR-15s NEC because I have a Digitrack system and I've got auto reversing protection AR1s, Digitrack's AR1s, but they're analog, all right, and they're mechanical relays. Whereas the Digitracks the NECs are digital, and you don't get the pause when you're crossing over from one reversing section to another. Just another on my list of many things to get. Hello, HVH. Happy Valley. Thank you, Lee. I added a method of tying in my 3 security system cameras. I'll show you those here. we go. Hey, Anthony. Grandpa Dodge. Now the three cameras, not the upper right, but the other three are a feed off my security cameras. Hmm. Hey, Robert. You on lunch break? Why is it a train can go around a layout 100 times? Not a problem. You go live. It uncouples. You're always on break? I am. I'm retired. Looks like you and Jason had a nice Christmas, Robert. All right, time to change cameras again. Let's go back to that one. know the feeling, Robert. John Lenton, who was on the stream earlier, um, he lives on the other side of the bay. If he lived any closer, I'm sure he'd be over here every day that he wasn't working. But we say, hey, Vinny, good to see you. But we kind of try to make it a point every Sunday, Saturday or Sunday, usually Sunday. But he's up in Tennessee experiencing a 20-year worst snowstorm in 20 years. I just laugh. I'm terrible about stuff like that. So, Vinny, are you back to normal, having your Friday night stream? I hope. Hey, Edward's in the basement. Mr. Katie, how are you doing? I think you're muted.
I'm trying to making sure what's muted is correct. Because yeah. I know how echo is.
Echo. I'm the worst. All right. And Anthony Dodge has his 3:30 in the afternoon Eastern time live stream. Hope you're doing that today, Anthony. That's kind of a regular thing. It's right when I walk my dog to the dog park, though. And then Vinny at 8 o'clock Eastern as well. What's up with you, Edward?
Well, I started a YouTube channel.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, blame Heath on
you've been
that
hanging out long enough.
Well, that's Happy Valley Hobbies.
Oh, is that you?
Yes, that is me.
I didn't know that. Okay, now I got.
Well, now you do.
I didn't know. I don't know if I've subscribed yet or not, but I will after this stream's over. That's for sure. Matter of fact, I might be able to do it on my other computer right now.
Yeah, the plan is to do Fridays at 7 p.m. at this point in time. I might wind up changing that because, well, don't know what's going to be happening in the future.
All right. Happy Valley Hobbies.
Yes. Let's see if
And I'm not finding it.
Yeah, I think I'm too new, so it's hard to find me at this point.
It still should be able to find you.
Yeah, you have to actually put in the whole Happy Valley hobbies, because if you just do Happy Valley, you wind up getting hotels.
Yeah, I can imagine what type of hotels they
are. There is a city called Happy Valley, so.
Okay.
They well, hell. Hotels, gas stations, libraries. Apparently, is relatively.
I've lost my mouse.
Relatively large.
Hang on a second. I will be right back.
Thanks for the warning. I'm actually starting to be glad that I'm doing it later in the evening, because the window is directly behind the computer, and as you can see, it washes me completely out. It looks like I don't even have eyes. Yes, it is a very new channel. My my first live stream was New Year's Eve. But trying to slowly get used
Okay,
to how
I'm back.
everything is.
My mouse froze up
And
on my laptop, which is what I was using to, and it's Happy Valley Hobbies IES.
yes, just like it is in chat. You might actually be able to. I think you might be able to actually click on it and go directly to the channel. From my understand, owners and moderators can do that.
Oh, well,
Then again, I could be wrong because, well, I'm new at this.
but you're showing up. Well, that's okay.
Well, H&H just found it.
Well, hell, how come I can't find it?
I'm not sure if I don't think H&H can.
No, he can't unless he's a moderator.
Well, I think you might be able to like put YouTube channel such and such and all that, but as long as you leave the .com out, you might be able to post it.
That's the way I typed it in right. Well, I didn't use. I say I did typed it in right, but I did not use capitals. So let's try this again.
Yeah, capitals. I'm not sure if it's case sensitive or not when it comes to hiring or finding it.
Huh. My Surface Pro is doing weird shit on me.
Mm. Well, I would have to say, since it is my since I'm just starting this and all that, there's a good chance it was pretty crunchy. I was planning on using Zoom, but apparently I didn't. There's like 48 hours before YouTube says yes, you can do this. So Zoom did not have permissions, so I wound up using YouTube Studio.
Is it just the green HVH?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was here before. I just didn't. All right, now I'm subscribed.
All right. Thank you. Yeah, I was trying to make the square root sign supposed to be a smile.
Oh,
Because I happen to realize, like, wait, HVH, that actually makes it like a pair of eyes and a nose.
yeah. I try to avoid stuff like that. And my son, who's a mechanical engineer, he called me when he was in college, number of years ago, and he was taking Calc 4, I think, at the time, and said, Dad, it can't be a math class if there's more letters than there are numbers. And he had a Russian professor, and he says, Dad, this guy speaks alien gibberish. He ended up acing the class, so I don't know why he was whining to me.
Well, I remember taking my first calculus class, and the thing is, I got the procedure down, but I had no clue what I was doing. And after it was about after a month, I was just out of desperation, went to the instructor and like, I'm not getting this. I have no clue what I'm doing. And he, has, puts down an equation down, says, can you figure it out? It's like, and I turned around, I was like, and I got the correct answer. It says, you got the correct answer. I said, yes, but I still have no clue what I'm doing.
Yeah, that I got through Calc 1, no problem. I was a architectural engineering major, and no problem. Okay, I get into Calc 2 and got into integrals, and I was just lost. All right, just lost, and I ended up dropping the class. And so the next semester I took it again, and I flunked it big time, and still not getting it. So I took it a third time, and I got a D. All right, which technically was passing. And I said, you know what? I said I need to seriously think about changing my major. I said if I can't get through 2 levels of calculus, there's no way I'm going to get through all the rest of the engineering classes. So anyway.
Yeah. Well, I would have to say it was basically what I was having trouble with was the concept of what calculus was supposed to be doing. And then once that sort of like, oh, okay.
And that's my problem. I'm a logical thinker.
Yes.
Right? And if I don't see the logic in what I'm doing, I can't do it. And that's the problem I have with calculus. Now, I did have differential equations, and I got through it. Physics, no problem. 2 years of physics, no issues. But anyway, I ended up, after 3 years, I changed my major and went into transportation logistics. So I got all this wealth of engineering knowledge, but not a degree in it.
Well, I would say you're using your college right now, right? With
with trains.
Model trains. It's logistics. It's logistics if you really think about it.
Actually, I spent 40 years in the logistics field. I was with the largest grocery wholesaler in the world until they went belly up. So,
what company was that one?
Fleming Companies. They went belly up in 2003. They were consolidating divisions in 2002, and I was the division president in Dallas, and Dallas General Merchandise Division. And they were going to close my division, but they offered me Altoona, Pennsylvania, or right there by Horseshoe Curve, or Topeka, Kansas. And I said, I was privy to the entire company's financials at that point in time. And I said, I think I'll take my 20-year package and go to work elsewhere. So that's what I did. And 10 of my 20 years with Fleming, I was actually the corporate risk control manager, safety director. So, but left them as a division president. And then I worked after that, I went to work for a company that bought, Fleming ended up going belly up a year and a half after I left. And went to work for Save-A-Lot, running one of their distribution centers up in Wisconsin. Then I got recruited to go run one of the old Fleming distribution centers in Memphis that had another company had purchased and had lost a bunch of money trying to run it. So went to work for them on a contract basis and got it profitable in 2 years, and they bought out a year of my contract. And so then I went to work for Jack in the Box, all right, who had its own distribution network. And that was the best job I ever had. I just loved the hell out of that. Although it was in Danville, Illinois, or as my wife called it, Damville, Illinois. And, I didn't mind it because I was from the Chicago area, but she's a South Texas girl, and she really didn't like the cold of the north. We went from there to Cordele, Georgia. So then I took a job with a company out of Jacksonville, Florida, and decided to retire at 58 and move here to Tampa. So
nice.
Yeah, there's my life story. Vinny, I was talking about you earlier and how lucky I was on your stream, winning twice. So, and how I was going to justify that Southern Pacific -9 on my mid to late '60s Chicagoland layout. Anyway, I can have fun with it. It'll be my Back to the Future locomotive.
Mm. Yeah, it seems that my video or audio is really high and yours is low.
Really? Huh.
Yeah,
You
that's
sound fine to me. But then again, I adjust my speaker volume on my headset.
gotcha. Yeah,
So
Lynn said he's just going for audio now. And he's the one that's saying that I'm really high up. I do not know how to turn it down on my end.
I should be able to do that. So hang on. I think I can do that.
You should be able to.
Let's see what it says under guests. Audio. No, it doesn't. Well, maybe. No, no. If there's a place for me to do it, I don't know where. I've looked under general and audio and guests, and I can't find anything in any of those.
Well, I have not used StreamYard, so I do not know. I'm planning on using Zoom because that's what I was using when I was helping out Jim Kello at New Tracks Modeling. So I'm familiar with it.
Thanks, Vinny. I wasn't even concerned. I know you'll get to it whenever you get to it, and not going to be a whiner. I wasn't expecting anything till after the end of January, to tell you the truth. Winter snow day. Gus, you're in the Carolinas, aren't you? I can count the number of snow days I had as through high school on one hand, and two of them weren't even snow days. It's because the heat went out in the building. I'm one of those guys that had to walk through 3 feet of snow uphill both ways.
Yeah, we had where I was growing up, we had this one school. It was called Ichabod Crane. That you saw. All you saw was if they saw a snowflake, they closed.
Well, and in fairness, in today's litigious society, if somebody gets hurt on a school bus going to school, all right, because of the snow, then all hell breaks loose.
This was last century, but there is a reason why they closed is that they're on top of a mountain, and the buses couldn't get up the mountainside when it snowed. So
yeah, I lived under a mile from my grade school. So if you lived under a mile, you had to walk to school. And the kids didn't mind. I mean, we didn't care. We had a good time.
Yeah.
Snowball fights all the way to and from school. I mean, it's great. I get to doing something and then I forget to do it.
Like removing tape when you're doing static trash. I just watched that one.
I am a dumbass, and I admit it. Well, here's the sad thing. Okay, John Linton, called me last night and said you're a double dumbass. He said, you didn't only forget it once, you forgot it twice. And I said, John, you think you're so smart. I actually forgot it 5 times because I forgot it twice on that same section of fence. Well, there's 2 other areas of fencing in that scene, plus the gate area. So, yeah. And I tell myself right before I'm doing it, take the tape up, put down the glue, pull up the tape, and you think I'd listen to myself? No.
And maybe put a big, huge sign ahead of time. Remove tape when before
grass.
vacuuming.
No, before putting the grass down. Okay, you put the tape.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
You spray the glue. All right. Then you pull the tape up, and then you static grass. All right, because then the static grass only sticks to where there's glue. Well, there's glue all over that tape. So if you static grass with the tape down, you're wasting, 5 times more static grass, especially on a little thin line like that. Because that static, when you start shaking that thing, static grass is going everywhere. Hey, Randall. Okay, later, Vinny. I'll be there. Yeah, I'm. It was a fun project. I'm not done with it. I don't know, for those that weren't on earlier, I still have to put trash around the junkyard. Okay, and in the industrialized areas of Chicago back in the '60s, all right, it was dirty. Okay, I mean, it's just plain dirty. You had the steel mills down south side of Chicago and into Indiana, South Bend area, not South Bend, Gary, Hammond area. And so the air pollution was terrible. Trash was terrible. I mean, it was a dirty city back in the day. And, you think about it, those of us that are older, there's an old saying about litter bugs. Okay? The younger people probably never heard that term before. But they developed that campaign, don't be a litter bug. Same thing with don't mess with Texas. All that stemmed from the trash, dirty era of the 60s into the 70s. So anyway, now, since I am in the 60s and 70s, and I got that old, beat up, dilapidated fence, all right, I have to add some trash. Right? And one of my tips of the day coming up, and I'm going to switch cameras back to my ugly mutt. And is I told my wife, a long time ago, I said, next time you empty the shredder, which is a crosscut shredder, save me a baggie of the Chads. All right, so I got this bag of Chads, and it doesn't take much of this, and you just use some Elmer's glue and dab it into different places and stick on some Chads here and there. It looks like the papers have blown up against the fence. So I got some of that to do. I got some moss or lichen. Back in the day, we used to call it lichen. Nowadays, I think they call it some kind of moss. And
so how many sensitive documents are in that baggie?
Anything that comes in the post with our name or address on it gets shredded. Okay, and in today's day and age, it really doesn't matter because they're going to steal your identity off the computer, not off the dumpster diving. So anyway, but anyway, I take the lichen and or the coarse ground foam, and I'll put little pieces of it around the fence line too, especially on the backside, because that little converted icebox reefer that's back there, that's the office area, it doesn't have a good seal to the base, so you get some light bleed under. So I'll use some of this ground foam and stuff to fill that in and stop that light bleed through. checking the chat here for a second. All right. Now, what I keep forgetting to do is I was going to bring out my California Zephyr. I haven't run it in a long time.
Now, do you run Steam excursions or no?
Yeah, I got a. You want me to put that one out? I got a Steam excursion.
Yeah, because they didn't. They stopped using Steam by this time, right? That you're modeling.
The last scheduled Steam run for the Burlington was September 17th, 1959. And the reason I know that is because my dad was on that train.
Mm.
And it was a commuter train from Chicago out to Downers Grove, my hometown. And after that train, they extended commuter service all the way out to Aurora, Illinois. So that meant it not only included the two Downers Grove stations, it added a third in Downers Grove. Then it also added Lisle, Naperville, and Aurora to the commuter. So, and then they put in express trains. Express trains would go Chicago to Downers Grove and then make the stops from Downers Grove out to Aurora. And then the locals would do every stop between Chicago out to Downers Grove. So, Steam excursion, is that what we want?
Yeah, it's up to you. I was just wondering if you had Steam on your layout because of your era.
I have two. Okay, two steam locomotives. One is a 210-2 that doesn't run very well on this layout. And the other is a BLI 280 consolidated that I initially had all kinds of problems with. But after replacing the decoder board twice, the last time giving it an upgraded board to an H series, and then I added a power pack to it to keep alive. Now it runs like a champ. So I just got to figure out what number it is again because I haven't run it. 638, maybe. Yep, that's it. All right, let's set the route.
Now, Chicago also had a lot of interurban lines going in and out of it, correct?
They call it the L for elevated tracks. And yeah, they serviced the city of Chicago and the immediate suburbs. All right, but they did not go out in very far into the suburbs. That was left to the commuter trains. Let me switch camera views again, get us back to where we can watch some trains.
Yeah, unfortunately, my railroad is only 8 foot long, so you can't really rail fan on it.
There she goes. Now, the excursion train ran until 1965, either 65 or 67. I really don't remember. And well, what happened here? Ran to 65 or 67. I don't remember which. And it ran from downtown Chicago all the way to Galesburg, Illinois, which that was an all-day excursion.
Yeah.
I
Well, did the South Shore connect with the L?
no,
Right.
South Shore. That is a true interurban line, electric interurban, ran through northern Indiana into Van Buren Street Station. Oh man, I don't know what's going on here. I got a switch that's not thrown the right way, and I keep backing my train up. And I thought I had it thrown. It's showing correctly.
And it's shorting out the whole layout.
Well, no, it shorts out the approach to it. All right, it's an electrofrog. So if you cannot on an electrofrog, you'll short out the engine as it crosses onto that insulated section of track. Actually, it won't short it out. It will short it out. So, but it's fine now, I think. There we go. Now this 280 has a smoke generator in it as well.
Yeah, I'm assuming after with the smoke generator, after a while, you get the particulate all over the place.
I don't know. I don't run it that enough. Because it's an oil vapor, I haven't really seen any residue anywhere. But I know there are a lot of people that have had problems with BLI smoke generators melting the locomotive up front. Now, I haven't seen that in the case of mine, but then again, I don't run it with the smoke generator on for long periods of time either.
Yeah, I vaguely remember having this similar issue with I think they were AHM or IHC locomotives that had the smoke generators on them, which you couldn't turn off because they were plain DC.
Ah, see, this one has you can turn it on and off on the throttle, of course, but there's also a switch underneath you can turn off. So that if you're running at DC, it won't run either.
Yeah, I would say to Randall, at least with a 4x8, you have technically enough turning radius with HO and definitely with N to be able to go around corners and make it like a rail fanning layout.
It's nice. I'll turn the smoke generator on when kids are over.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And it's like my meat packing plant back here. I've got a smoke generator in the chimney. So I'll turn that on for the kids and turn the cow and pig sounds on. And all the kids.
Yeah, there was I forgot what magazine I read it in, but someone it was like in the section where people would give suggestions of what to do with your model train layout. And I remember there was this particular one. This guy turned around and said, his wife didn't like how wasn't really appreciative of trains, and she hated the smell because he had the smoking locomotives, and they used the wood or the oil. She says it smells nasty and all that. And apparently, he found out that he was he was able to swipe one of his wife's favorite perfume, and just as an experiment, see if that would put it in the smoke unit and see what would happen. But all of a sudden, the whole entire, instead of smelling like the nasty smoking oil and all that, now it smelled like her perfume, and she would walk in and go like, "Wow, this smells so much better."
I don't know that I'd want to do that on this locomotive.
Same here.
I'd consider doing it in that chimney because that's only a $15 smoke unit. So I've already burnt the first one up because I left it on one day. Yeah, 4x8 can be an issue for long cars. Even this layout, I can't do. My 210-2 just does not run well on my 20 to 22 inch radius turns. So, and although my bi-level commuter cars, I think they're 80 plus feet. I gotta check it out. I know Riviossi cars will not.
Riverossi. That's what I've always heard them as being called, Riverossi.
Yeah, they won't run on here. I've got 4. They're 83 foot, and that's what my bi-levels are, 83 foot, but they have a different coupler assembly.
Gotcha.
And they're Kato cars, and then Kato makes a conversion kit for KD couplers. So I put that conversion kit on, and I put KD long shanks on it, and now they run on here. The only time I have an issue is if I'm running those and some of the 73 foot Bev Bell Athearn cars. The Athearn. Well, I lost my display again, so everybody hang tight. I'll get us back.
What display are you losing?
I lost my display.
Ah.
I use a wireless display.
Okay.
And because during these live streams I use so much resources because all the cameras, every now and then the display adapter will cut out. And all it does is move everything over to the other monitor, but it makes it problematic for me to actually see where everything's at. All right, now I got you. And hopefully everybody can still see me and hear. Apparently they can hear me because you hear me.
Yes. Well, the thing is that we're not seeing you because we're looking at the layout cameras.
Yeah. Well, as long as you got the layout cameras going, I'm still live. So,
in fact, seeing
what happened is probably invisible to y'all.
Yes.
But what it does for me, what happens to me is all of a sudden my big display goes black. Right, and then everything that I had on there, which is my camera software, my browser with StreamYards, and a bunch of JMRI stuff, all that layers up over on my other monitor, which has my JMRI layout and panel, along with all of the switch control, my digital switch controls. So it could be problematic if I was really running hot and heavy.
Yeah. So you and Heath are sort of like neck and neck when it comes to technology.
No, not me. He's way ahead of me. This my camera software I've had for like 5 years, way before. It's called Matinee, and way before I got back and started on this layout, because I used it to do multiple cameras in my other hobby, koi. All right. So like I said, I've had it, and it's not the most efficient multi-camera software. Okay, it does a lot of things, but it takes up a lot of resources.
Mm-hmm.
And my computer is it's good, but it's not great. Okay, so it's got and every computer has a video graphics limit to it. Okay.
Yes.
Well, running these 11 different cameras, having JMRI open, running the layout, and then doing a live stream, that takes up a bunch of the resources.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I, what my plan with the live stream. I'm not planning on having too many cameras on at the same time.
And the only reason I enjoy putting videos together of the trains running around the layout, okay? And I find it's a whole lot easier for me to follow a train and go from camera to camera to camera to camera than it is to do a whole bunch of video editing.
Mm.
So it's like now, on the live stream, I can follow trains around the layout. Right now I've got the simple way is I've got 2 scenes set up with 4 cameras each. Or actually I got 3 scenes with 4 cameras each. Yeah. And so I can put those, I can switch back between those 3 and cover all my cameras. Now there's still dead areas on the layout that are not camera. Like my Van Buren yard, there's no good place to put a camera for it. So
You got to get those cameras that actually fit on the flat car. Then
I have like it's a GoPro knockoff, and it's back here behind me. Here, I'll switch back. I'll show you that. The picture is this one. Maybe.
possibly
Yeah.
could be.
Well, the problem with remote mice is they're very sensitive.
Yes, that's actually a remote mice and keyboard is the only thing I have on my system.
Well, don't get me wrong. I got a wireless mouse, and I've got a wireless keyboard. But this is my remote mouse.
Oh, is that for the JMRI?
No, it's a Windows mouse. But it allows me to go anywhere, and it's a pointer. It allows me to go anywhere on the layout, or in the layout room. I'm not stuck to where the computer is with the wireless mouse.
Mm.
And I can stand and do it. So, but anyway, that's the GoPro camera's picture. Let's see if I can get a picture. And it has a Wi-Fi capability. I figured out how to do Wi-Fi from it to my cell phone. Okay, an iPhone. But they do not have an app for PC. Okay, so I cannot get it onto my PC to do a screen share type situation with it. I just got to work on it. Oh, after all that, I came off the track.
Yeah, it was really funny because it came up behind you and then just stopped. It's like
It's what it is right here. There is the separation between layout and the drop down section.
okay.
All right. So that's the biggest challenge with this layout is the sectionalization. When people say do modular layouts, and that's modular layouts are great if you do a positive connection to them. But when you have a variable connection that has to go up and down or sideways, etc., having them set up where the track alignment is right every time is always a fun time. Hello, Ethan Armitage. How's the weather there in Lisle, Illinois, next to my hometown of Downers Grove? Yeah, and I'm seriously thinking of putting some of mine inside of buildings too, Hi. If I can find places to do it. The problem with the Van Buren Street yard is there's no buildings down there. And I've got one place, if I can find a direct connect camera that I could possibly put it at.
You might be able to hide it in a 18-wheeler.
If you'd have to, I have a bunch of those mini cube cameras. I just don't like them. Because you can never tell what mode you're in on them until you unhook and see. Oh, see there I went again, going over that brake. Now, there may be a way for me to fix that. There's two bars underneath here that allow me to help with the alignment, okay, and support it. And I normally only throw one in there, and it normally is more than enough. But with the change in temperatures, like right now, it gets down 50s at night, and it's upper 70s, low 80s during the day. And so you got that contraction, expansion, and it can throw off some of the alignment issues. I feel your pain, Ethan. Let's see if it jumps the track again.
Of course, now you're watching it like now that you're watching it like a hawk, it won't.
Yeah. Yeah, it didn't jump at that time.
Yeah. Got to wait for when you got your back turned to it.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to park that one now and get that California Zephyr out.
So how long do you usually keep your live streams running?
2 hours typically. We're at just over an hour and a half. You can ask Lee at Anfield Road, layout in the loft, on his. Whoa! Stop the truck. I had a car that wanted to go the wrong way.
So it sort of kind of did a tootle.
Well, it wanted to go the opposite way of what the switch was set for, which is usually indicative of a gauging problem on the wheels, or the points aren't right.
Hmm.
Now this one has a power pack keep alive in it, and I just cut the power of the track, and it's still going, 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 still going. There it goes off. Okay. So, and I had to do it with that one because it would stop and go, stop and go, stop and go. So once BLI put a new upgraded board after the first two went bad, then it had a plug-in for a Keep Alive. So I bought a Keep Alive, what they call a power pack, and plugged it in there. And I mean, it's been a gem to run now.
Hmm.
So, all right, 99, 48, maybe. Yep. Dead spot. I haven't had this engine out of the shed months.
Hmm.
Come on. Well, that's not.
Guaranteed to work until used.
I need to get in there and clean the track in the roundhouse. Luckily I made it where every other roof section comes off, so I can actually get in there to clean it.
Now, what do you use for cleaning?
Normally just 99% isopropyl alcohol, and and the reason being it evaporates. Okay. And somebody, I've heard argument, oh, that other 1% is water. No, it's not. The only reason it's labeled as 99% instead of 100% is because anything has an impurity. And in today's litigious society, somebody would claim it's not 100% if it's got 0.00001%. Okay. So they just label it as 0.99% isopropanol to cover them. So for all intents and purposes, it's pure, and the residue will evaporate off, leaving nothing on the tracks. Any other of your things leaves a film or coating. I've used CRC 2-26, but if you have any locomotives with traction tires, it will wear out your traction tires over time a lot faster. And since I have two locomotives, steamers with traction tires, I don't want to use 2-26 anymore. The inox or whatever it is, that leaves a residue as well. And those things are to improve conductivity. They're not necessarily cleaners. Okay? And the way and again, this is all just my personal opinion, but if isopropanol alcohol is good enough to clean the wheels on our locos,
it's good enough for the track.
Exactly. So anyway, that's just my thing. And Oh, I need to change my camera back again to which one? I guess this one. Me. Alright.
Hey, Randall, are you also making sure your freight cars are also weighted properly? You know, if you're going to be putting couplers, metal wheels, and doing general maintenance, might as well making sure that they're the right weight.
Yeah. And not just put couplers on. Make sure the couplers are at the right height.
Yeah, right height. Trip pins are correct.
Yeah, I automatically take my KDs and bend the trip pins up because I've got so many places. My track work is not bulletproof. I don't profess it to be that way. And I've got so many different elevation changes or points where it changes grade that if that trip pin's even close, all right, to being at the specific height, it will grab, all right, and either at a turnout or crossover, or something like that. So I would just automatically bend them up a little bit further.
Do you know if they've ever made a coupler height gauge for the trying to think with the X4Z older horn hook couplers?
No, I don't think they ever did.
Mm.
I don't. No, I don't think they ever did. I think that was before the NMRI standards.
Well, the horn hook was the NRA standard, from my Well, it was a suggestion. It wasn't an actual standard. It was a recommendation.
Yeah, but that was before KDs.
Yes, that was before KD. KD wound up, if I remember correctly, standardizing the coupler box. With the number 5s.
Yeah, when I finally got this thing runnable, I had to change over 90% of my engines and rolling stock from horn hooks to KDs.
Well, one of the things I'm trying to do is like model the 1870s, and that was before the horn hook, before the coupler, knuckle coupler. So I'm actually thinking on using. Yeah, they used Lincoln pin, but the thing is, I'm looking for something that's sort of automatic. So I'm actually contemplating on using the horn hooks instead of trying to do Lincoln pin.
Randall, you could try some acetate on or paint thinner on a micro brush and see if you can dissolve anything that might be along where the separation between the chassis and the shell is.
And it looks like they're pre-weighted with pre-weighted with pellets.
I use pellets on my flat cars, on the undercarriage side of the flat cars.
Yeah. I wound up putting some laser kits together and they came with the Tichy freight car wheels. So they had metal wheels, but the side frames were plastic. So I wound up buying the Katie equivalent for that, and still had to add weight to it because, well, it's very light wood, which was a challenge on the freight cars. I actually have for the flat cars, I have like 2 sets, loaded and unloaded.
Uh-huh.
The loaded, I'm actually using like the lead weights to represent marble loads. But the empty ones is like they're just gonna have to be too light because there's right now I haven't been able to find a nice way to weight them down.
Yeah, some cars can be problematic in attempting to weight. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I know my center depressed flat car is that way, and it's close, but it's not at NMRI standards. But what I ended up doing is I use it for a military load, and I got a Sherman tank on it, so I just weighted the Sherman tank.
Yeah.
But I don't like to use loads as weight because then when the car is empty, it doesn't go around the track. It goes bouncing along the track. Because, like I say, my track work's not the best in the world.
Yeah. Well,
sure, Randall, jump in. Hang on, I'll put the link up again.
So, do you have moderators normally, or
who, me?
Yeah.
The only moderator I have is Rick Bailey, because he was we were working on something. This is a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot what it was. So I made him a moderator so he could put a link up. Normally I don't need moderators. Normally.
Mm.
There you go, Randall. Hop on up.
Yeah, it's one of those things of now that we got the I guess spam bots in some of the YouTube channels now that they pop in, and it's like the interesting thing is that they're not moderators, but they're able to put in links, which is sort of like, wait a minute, how are they able to put in links into the chats? And I've been noticing a lot of them that are, if I can read the names, I search, I try to search the name to find them and all that.
Be right there, Randall.
They're usually something. It's usually a relatively new channel, and it's the ones lately are actually out of people that had passed away recently. So they're probably hijacking the dead setups. Hi, Randall.
Hey, guys.
What's shaking?
I was going to say you're sideways there for a second.
Okay, what I was going to show you was these two, or there's actually just two that's kind of in question. This is the one I was referring to that I believe is either an old Tyco or a Buckman model, and probably can't tell in the light, but somebody put clear coat on it and they custom decaled it right here. But it's probably not showing up too good. But they put a gloss clear coat on it. It looks like, and when they did, these little see if I can get my fingers out of the way. These little tabs right here, they're kind of glued in now, and I'm afraid if I try to pry on too much, it's going to damage the car body. And I really don't want to damage this body because all it really needs are the steps put on it. This selfie mode's kind of throwing me off, but right there, it really only needs the steps on it. And I'd rather not have to do any more damage to this car than I could. It looks like somebody's really well, you can hear it rattling right there. So, so you see they modified it with body mount couplers and screwed in trucks. These wheels weren't on this car when I bought it. I put these on myself, but other than that, it's a pretty decent looking little car. And just to kind of show you, here's a Athearn blue box model that came with it, this lot, and it too needs steps put on it. They're all broke off. I don't think that's so.
All right, we're losing you a little bit.
Yeah, my signal's really unstable down here where I live, so I may accidentally just disappear all of a sudden. It won't be because of anything I'm doing. It's just because the signal's so bad down here.
Have you ever thought of hardwiring everything?
Are you asking me or Steve?
I think he's asking you, hardwiring your connection.
Yeah, hardwiring your connection.
No, I don't even have Wi-Fi here. I'm basically just running off the closest tower. Yeah, this place can't really handle Wi-Fi that well. So, if I was at my brother's house, it'd be a different story. He's got pretty good Wi-Fi up there where he's at. But here, I just basically just run off the closest tower that my phone can pick up. So,
but they do have cell phone boosters that a lot of RVers use, and they also usually get. Sometimes they would get with those boosters. They would have like a directional antenna, so you can actually aim it at the tower instead of where a cell phone is sort of like omnidirectional.
okay, that might be. But the other thing I was going to show you right here is this other box car that kind of is in question, and it's got something in it that's not glued down. But what was weird about this car, I don't know if it's still up or not, but the underframe of this car somebody had made out of wood. I don't know that I've ever seen a modern box car done this way. And the only thing I can figure out is this is either an old roundhouse car or an Athearn blue box car, and they just didn't have a floor for it or anything, and just basically made a floor and stuck underneath of it.
That's a possibility.
You know, it gets the job done. I'm not going to complain about it. So.
Now, have you weighed the cars?
No, I actually don't even have a scale to weigh them on, believe it or not. So I need to get one.
Yeah, because it sounds like they're probably already pre-weighted for you, so you don't have to get inside.
Right. You know, they're they're not perfect, but I think we got some good stuff to work with here. So now that was one lot I bought. The other lot is a whole lot nicer,
Mhm.
and I'll show you one of the cars off of it. These are actually already weathered and got graffiti details on them. But check this out.
But we would check it out if your phone didn't freeze.
Yeah. You've got too
Do
much
what?
light behind you. All we see is a black object.
Oh, okay. Let me turn the camera around, see if that helps.
That
That make it
helps.
any better?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, with some graffiti. Cool.
Nice.
Yeah. They look really good. I mean, whoever did this did a really nice job on these cars. So, and they're
Yeah.
like I said, like it's all like this. So, there is one question. I may have to show you guys the actual car to kind of explain. Let me see if I can grab it right quick. Oh, that's not it.
Flying Crow in the chat says the thrall doors were lifelike.
They're lifelike. Okay. All right. Yeah, I knew they was one of those companies, but I couldn't remember which one. The greatest part kind of question as far as this other lot that I got. There's no somebody weathered this car, but they didn't put any data markings on it except for, let's see. You might could just barely see it if I hold it up close to the camera. It's got these two little data marks right here. And that's all it's on the car. I was wondering, can you put decals on a car that's already been weathered, or do I have to strip some of the weathering off and put them on that way?
You should be able to, because what I always
Able
do
to?
is
Okay.
put a dull coat on cars before I
Okay.
paint them, before I weather them,
Yeah.
and then do all my weathering. Then I put another dull coat. Then I do the
Okay.
decals and microsol, and then another coat of dull coat. And I'm talking very lightly.
Okay.
It helps
So
set
like
everything.
just one
And
light coat. And then, okay.
yeah, the dull coat allows chalks and stuff to adhere better, because it micro. It's not a slick plastic any longer. And
Okay.
we lost your picture. Okay, we got your audio, Randall. We
I
just
had
lost your
to
picture.
turn it off, Steve. It was killing my signal. So
Okay, that's fine.
my phone does weird stuff where if I turn the camera on, it drains all my signal out. So
And we hear you a lot better now.
yeah.
Yeah, you don't break up as much.
For some reason that Wi-Fi really doesn't like me having the camera on. So
See, Sparky just put the same thing on there. You need the dull coat first.
okay. See, I actually heard someone else say you had to put gloss coat on it and then decal it and then put the dull coat on it. Was what I'd heard.
Yeah, I forget who that was, and it may work. I don't know, but I've never used gloss coat.
And that may be with the water slide decals. I've got a set of dry transfer decals. What I've got.
Robert's saying to put a gloss coat on before and after you decal. All right.
Before and after
maybe
the
that.
decal. Okay.
Yeah, I don't. I use a dull coat.
Yeah, I think the few times that I've done decals, I haven't done it lately, but if I remember correctly, there was, I think the prevailing thought process at the time was put a gloss coat first, then the decal, then the dull coat, and then weathering, and then another thing of dull coat.
I'll be
And
right
every
back. I forgot something. Steve left a comment on one of my videos about an engine that I've got that's still in the box, and I was going to show that one to
Oh,
him. I'll be right back.
all right. Yeah, Randall held up an engine that he got. I guess this was last week sometime, or maybe the week before. But anyway, I couldn't see it. Okay, and it had foam where to protect the railing, so I really couldn't. And it was a Burlington Northern, so I couldn't see it. And I'm not a fan of the Burlington Northern Cascade Green anyway. Um, I just never liked that paint scheme. Uh, Probably just because it was the end of the CB&Q paint scheme, but uh, the Burlington Northern did have a paint scheme I liked, and that was the executive paint scheme, which was a cream and green. So,
Yeah, that locomotive Steve's talking about, that is one of my FD70 Max that I keep out there on the layout. It's actually a pretty old engine. I bought that engine, let's see, what is this, 2022? So that
well, you
engine will be
see,
18 years old now.
Robert's saying if you don't gloss coat, you'll see the decal film. All right.
Oh,
Now,
okay.
the with my Microsol or whatever it is that I use, it kind of eats away that film. Right? I don't see. I gotta find something I've decaled, and I haven't
I mean,
decaled any engines. So
yeah, I would add, Randall. I would make a suggestion of finding maybe like if we go to a train show, they have sometimes they have the boxes of let's see now. They have boxes of junk. This one's not even missing the wheels and all
Oh,
that.
yeah. There's a
And
body
just
shop in Memphis,
and
Tennessee that
practice on the junk stuff before you put it on a local. Before you start putting it on, using those techniques on a
on
car
some of
that
your good
you
stuff.
want to stay.
Yeah, there's a hobby shop in Memphis, Tennessee that has these bargain bins in it.
Yep.
And they just got chock full of undecorated shelves and
Hey, Dwight.
even just old decorated stuff. So
Yep. Absolutely. Go that direction and practice on them, and so you're not ruining something that you don't want ruined.
okay,
Hello, Flying Sparky.
because I haven't reviewed it yet. So maybe it'll show.
In fact, that's doing the practicing thing. Instead of doing my layout with
Welcome back, Ethan.
and
There it is.
your camera's not on.
Or if it's not,
My
if it's
camera's
on,
not
it's
on?
not working.
It is
No
not on
video.
or not working. But that's why I'm making small little diorama scenes. Just hey, Sparky is wiring a yard, so he's just listening.
Speaking of wiring, Sparky, I seem to recall when Heath was doing his small room disco lights, how comically critical you were of all his different colors. And then lo and behold, what day was it? Yesterday? No, Wednesday was it? Day before yesterday? I tune into one of your videos, and it looked like a night at the Roxy. My head wanted to start jerking to the music. could see having some blue lights, all right, for nighttime. Now this room, I can my nighttime lights are more warm, like it's either sunrise or sunset, or pitch black with just the lights of the layout.
Hey, remember those bots I was talking about? Apparently, you just got one.
Yeah, it looks like it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Uh, poof.
Ta-da.
Well, not to be prejudicial or something, but if they type a message that I don't understand, goodbye. Oh, Randall's back. Hang on. Let me get him back up here. I see a camera now. There you go, Randall.
Ta-da.
Okay.
You still
Sorry
have the
about that,
phone
Steve.
protect. You still have the phone protecting the railing, so
hang,
you
hang
still
on.
can't see it.
I'll take it out right quick, Steve. I try. I'm trying to protect this thing as much as I can. So
I can
Yeah.
understand that.
Yeah, how long did Heath have that piece of foam on a locomotive that was going back and forth for the longest time? Then after he got so many complaints, it's like, all right, I'll take it off. But I think he was having issues with it also, if I remember correctly.
okay. All right. So maybe to get that and you guys can see it better. This locomotive here is Burlington Northern 7812.
Okay.
And everything I've read on this engine, this is the only SD40-2 on their roster that was painted this way.
It has
Now,
what?
I said this particular SD40-2. Everything I've read on it says that this was the only locomotive painted in this iteration. The only SD40-2. Sorry,
Right.
that was painted in this particular scheme. Now, that kind of comes with an asterisk on it because there were other locomotives, SD40-2s and SD60s, that did have the Burlington Northern road name spelled out on a long hood. However, on the front, and I may have to actually physically take this thing out. But,
Howdy, howdy, Mystic.
okay. However, the difference is with 7812, it has this white over the cab right here on the front and the big Burlington Northern logo on the nose. The other SD40-2s, as well as a number of their GT50s, the SD60s, the standard cab SD60, not like this, but where the headline boards are painted orange, and the nose was also painted orange with black stripes, and they were called tiger stripe engines, and some people referred to that particular scheme as the Frisco Northern scheme because that scheme was applied shortly after BN absorbed the Frisco Railroad in 1980. I think about a year or two after that, they they came out with that scheme, ran it for a few years, and that paint scheme is somewhat controversial in Burlington Northern's history. It was kind of associated with some management issues and labor disputes. So that particular scheme has a little controversy with it. The story I was told was when BN absorbed the Frisco management actually took over the BN. So hang on just a second. I got a phone call coming in. I'll be right back. Hang on.
That's the disadvantage of using the phone for a live stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, right now my best camera right now is my cell phone, and it's like one of those things. I don't want to use it for recordings because we're recording something, and then all of a sudden, I'm not getting phone calls, but I mean, there's still that annoying possibility.
I have, I've got my Digitrax throttle, but I typically rarely use it. I just simply use old cell phones. And I've got an old HTC Android phone that runs engine driver, and then I got an old iPhone that runs Y throttle. So plus my regular iPhone I can run as well.
Yeah, I have a Zephyr DS51, but the thing is that the layout's only 8 foot long, so don't really need a wireless throttle on it.
Yeah, but it's just so nice to be able to get up and walk around. I mean, my Digitrax throttle is wireless too, but it eats up batteries. Whereas my iPhones, I've got a charging station in one of the cabinets here. I just plug them in. They're good to go. Well, folks, I've been going 2 hours and 15 minutes, and I try to limit my Friday streams to 2 hours. Things coming up. There's more to do on Woody's auto salvage, some trash to put up there, some shrubbery, and of course junk. That's okay, and some junk. Then I also have to help finish off, or at least at this point, the lift out section. I have this grocery distribution center that'll be going on that lift out section as well. But I got to build it, so hopefully through the month of January I can get that done. If not, it'll be February. And 101 other things yet to do on the layout. So what's going on with you, Edward? You want to promote your channel, Happy Valley? Hobbies?
Yeah, Happy Valley Hobbies.
No, Mystic, not another 2 hours. Besides, I gotta take a break and rest up for Anthony's after I get done walking the dog.
But yeah, my plan is to right now is do Fridays at 7:00. I may be changing that. I'm still learning all the YouTube things.
That's cool. I'll be right before Vinny's.
Yeah, let's see what I'm using. I guess the theme would be goals for that I'm planning on for 2020. And one of the plans was to actually have maybe 50 people by the end of the stream, but it looks like I might have 50 by now.
You are probably getting close. For anybody that hasn't gone over to Edward's stream, hop on over. Hang on, I will. What the heck happened? I got knocked out of my own stream.
Well, that's just wrong. Would that mean? Wait a second. Does that mean you can't shut it down? It will be the extra 2 hours while you're trying to figure it out.
Yeah, really. The what I'm trying to do is get the link for yours, and hang on.
Yeah, this reminds me of when I was on Sidetrack Sunday, and I mentioned that they're saying like how many people have subs and all that, and I put down I have one, and they're like, well, we need to find out where to get you some subs, and next thing I know, I had about 27.
Yep. Anyway, just to kind of finish what I was saying earlier before I got rudely
Do I have
interrupted.
any? Mystic wants to know if I have any Southern cars. Yes, I do. I have 2 Southern scrap gondolas. If you hang on, I'll show you one. Maybe. Maybe not.
Well, Steve's getting
Yeah,
them.
right there.
I was just going to
There's
say,
one.
while you getting your
There's one of them right.
Steve,
One of them right there, Mystic. Yeah, that link there is for Edward's Happy Valley Hobbies channel. So anybody that's not a subscriber, hop on over, check it out. Don't forget, at 3:30 Eastern Time is Anthony Dodge, the model train outsider, or Grandpa Opa Dodge. Edward will be on at 7 o'clock tonight.
Yeah, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Why not you put up the other links also?
What are the links? Because I don't want to have to go find them.
I'm actually thinking about having like a small little spreadsheet on there, so somebody says whatever if somebody hops on like yourself, I could turn around and just throw your YouTube channel in the chat.
Yeah, I get too busy with too many. You saw how long it took me to get. It took me an hour and a half just to get trains running because I get distracted. Let alone trying to put up links. So that's something I probably need to do is get a moderator up here with me that can do that kind of stuff. So, Randall, what's going on with you?
Oh, not a whole lot. I did a video on these 2 freight car lots that I bought. Of course, you saw a couple of them already, but
Yep.
I'll try to upload that video pretty soon. I got to review this guy, so that'll be a video I'll probably do in the future. And just kind of wrap up what I was saying. Yeah.
If that wasn't in Cascade Green, I'd love it.
I'll tell you what. I do like the executive engines that I've got. Well, it's the only one I have
I
now.
do.
But
I like the executive paint scheme.
And that was actually Burlington Northern's final paint scheme before the merger with Santa Fe.
Right, and that's you can tell the transition.
Yep.
Between the Cascade Green and white. Then you had the executive, and there's a lot of similarities between that executive and BNSF.
Yeah. Anyway, just to kind of finish what I was saying earlier about the so-called Frisco Northern scheme, the story I had heard was that Frisco management took over BN after that merger, and supposedly the story I was told was that the BN union members didn't like it, labor union, and they had a big ruckus about it. And I guess it kind of was kind of a little bit of a dark chapter for BN. So,
Edward, Vinny is BNSF 6951.
No, he was on earlier, correct?
Right, correct.
Yeah, I would like to get another get another executive Mac one day.
That'll be cool.
I remember those engines quite well. So, in fact, we still have a few of them
Alright.
floating around on BNSF. So,
For those that haven't checked out H&H Express Model N scale trains, check it out. He's doing some really cool things with lighting and cameras, hiding cameras in his buildings, doing multiple lights that go on and off separately in his buildings. You know, it's a step or two beyond what I do on mine. That's for sure. Hey, Michael, we were just signing off. You missed my bumper show.
Yeah, it's one of those things that are going like, hi, bye.
Yeah. Anyway, folks, I got to run, and I'll be back towards the end of Anthony Dodge's live stream, and I'll definitely be on Edwards and Vinny's. So, with that, guys, I'm going to shut her down. Y'all
All
have
right. Thank you for having me.
take care.
y'all have a great day.